Welcome to WTOP-10. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Aurora Fitzgerald. Now take a look at our current conditions. Skies are pretty clear. It is very chilly even though it is spring. And if you can see the moon tonight in your area, tonight is the super full pink moon. I will have more for you after this. WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now.
Controversy continues following the Charisse Trump event. We have the latest.
MRHA students and employees may be able to use the elevator soon, when this change could come.
Plus, you could be seeing a pink moon in the skies very soon, when you should be looking up at the sky.
It's Thursday, April 6th. This is WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP-10 Nightly News. I'm Seth Appleby.
And I'm Amani De La Cruz. Fallout is still growing the day after conservative speaker Charisse Trump visited the SUNY Oswego campus. Last night's event was met with peaceful protesters and remained silent while in the auditorium, but made lots of noise and played music outside of the venue.
After the event, student activist Tyler Johnson says he found a note under his door that included a slur. After the incident, Johnson took to social media, where he explained that this was not the first time he felt threatened. A few weeks ago, he received another note that told him to, quote, "watch out." Johnson said that he did report the incident to university police.
We reached out to University Police earlier tonight for comment on the issue. We have yet to hear back from them. We have also reached out to the college Republicans for a follow-up statement after last night's event. We have yet to hear back from them as well. We will continue to ask for answers and will keep you updated when we get more information.
This week, elevators across campus will be repaired and serviced. In an email sent to students, it was outlined that SUNY Oswego will have technicians on campus this week to fix multiple elevators. Students are advised to contact Dr. Star Wheeler, Coordinator of Accessibility Resources, at 315-312-3358 or at star.wheeler@oswego.edu if they need to request assistance.
SUNY Oswego's Tyler Theater is hosting a staged reading of the play, The Miseducation of Cassie Johnse. The play follows a college senior as she navigates grief and anger after her twin sister's life is taken by campus police. The show will be held Friday, April 7th at 6 p.m. in Tyler Hall Lab Theater.
The Office of International Education and Programs, or OIEP, will be tabling in the Marano Campus Center. Students can stop by the table to learn more about study abroad opportunities, ask questions, gain information regarding to contact, and make a meeting with. The tablings will take place most Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12 to 2 p.m., as well as Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the poetry lovers across campus are celebrating National Poetry Month today with a special event being held in the Lake Effect Cafe. Writers from across campus were all invited to come to the cafe inside Penfield Library to share some of their own writing. Reilly Jones is reporting live with us with the story tonight. Reilly?
Right now I'm standing outside of Lake Effect Cafe, where the Institute for Equity, Diversity, Inclusion, and Transformative Practice is holding a student poetry slam night. Tonight a bunch of the students got to come forward and perform some of their own pieces, as well as enjoy some free snacks and giveaways. I'm here with the event's MC, Brandy. Brandy, what opened up your interest about emceeing this event, and how do you think it went tonight?
Sure, yeah, I think it went phenomenally. We had about a little under 20 performers, and what brought me to doing this is I work with Student Affairs, the Office of Dean of Students. I'm one of their graduate students, and it's through the alcohol and other drugs sector of our department, and I just really enjoy the arts, and it's a good way to provide people another outlet other than just like going off campus.
That's really interesting. For someone who really enjoys the arts, were there any that stood out to you tonight?
Sure, yeah. There was an individual, her name is Kaylee. She performed 4 times. It was her first time ever performing, and it was phenomenal to see her just wanting to keep performing. And also, shout out to Bill, and he's amazing. He comes all the time. He's an older gentleman. He is an educator here, and he's always telling his students to come here in the musics. So yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, they're probably my 2 favorite performers who performed tonight.
I'm Reilly Jones with WTOP-10, reporting live outside Lake Effect Cafe.
Organizations across Oswego are celebrating the holiday weekend. This Sunday, April 9th, the Newman Center will be holding an Easter Mass at 12 p.m., followed by a community luncheon. And the Chabad of Oswego is celebrating the Passover by lighting holiday candles throughout the week and holding Shabbat dinner every Friday during the semester.
A nationwide initiative called Fighting Hunger by Dozens has made its way to central New York. Hudson Egg Farms located in Elbridge, New York are donating over 10,000 eggs to the Food Bank of Central New York ahead of Easter Sunday and Passover. The food bank says that this donation came at the right time with the prices of eggs so high.
The town of Hannibal will be hosting its annual Earth Day cleanup. On April 15th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., volunteers will be picking up roadside garbage throughout the town. A garbage truck will be parked at the Hannibal Municipal Building, and volunteers will be asked to meet there at 8:45 a.m. to get bags and safety gear, as well as discuss cleanup routes.
This weekend in Syracuse, monster trucks will be taking over the JMA Wireless Dome for Monster Jam. Fans can see the massive trucks up close, meet their favorite drivers and crews, get autographs, take pictures, and enjoy other family-friendly activities. Over 4,500 yards, or 250 dump truck loads of dirt, will be brought into the dome to set up for the weekend. The event will take place on April 8th and start at 7 p.m. Now let's send it over to Aurora for a quick look at the weather.
Aurora, what do you have for us?
Yep, so one thing I really quickly wanted to mention tonight is the supermoon. Taking a look at this beautiful picture and beautiful video. So the pink moon is not actually pink, it's more of a golden color, but the pink moon is actually named after a hot pink wildflower native to the eastern part of North America, and it actually signifies spring. I'll have my full forecast coming up. Now, back to the desk.
Coming up on WTOP-10 Nightly News, we have an update on the Trump indictment and what local official Claudia Tenney has to say.
Plus, winter has had record lows of snowfall. What does that mean? Find out more after the break.
Say, President Stanley, whenever there's bad weather, who would you turn to?
I'd turn to Storm Team 10.
No,
right
but you've
here.
got to say it like this. Storm Team 10. Say it with me. Storm Team 10.
Roll it. Jill
Should we
told me it
tell
was
him?
Kitty from Glee. Yeah, what is it?
Al Roker.
Welcome back to WTOP-10. I'm your Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Aurora Fitzgerald. Now, tonight, if you can see the moon tonight, if it is clear in your area, tonight is the pink full moon. It is so pretty. Going into this weekend, we are going to have a lovely Easter weekend, and next week, temperatures are going to warm up. Taking a look at our current conditions in Oswego, It's kind of humid. Temperature currently at 49 degrees with west winds at 6 miles per hour, so just a little breezy. And happy Easter to whoever is celebrating over the weekend. It is a pretty nice weekend. Temperatures are slightly dropping at Saturday. You see that 39 degrees, but it is going to stay pretty sunny and you're going to have lovely weather. And taking a look at our surface map, we do have low pressures, but don't be afraid of those. The high pressures that are in the corner, those are going to come in later in the week, which will bring our warmer temperatures and nice sunny conditions. So taking a look at our 7-day forecast, 42 degrees for Friday. Again, the weekend's going to be beautiful. Going into next week, it is going to get warmer. It's finally spring. You see those 57, 62, 65 degrees. The lows are still pretty chilly, but the sun is out and it's going to be absolutely beautiful going into next week. Back to you guys at the desk.
This winter was a surprising one for residents of Oswego County. New record lows were recorded for snowfall this year. Has that been the trend for the last few years? What's behind it and what does that mean for the future? Our reporter Kyle Spizak has the story.
Spring has arrived, but if you look outside, the scenery hasn't changed much over the past 4 months. Oswego experienced some of the lowest snowfall totals in decades.
Here in Oswego, we are coming in under 50 inches for the entire winter season, at least up through today, and we are right on the edge of actually setting a record for the least snowiest winter on record.
Looking at the past 10 years, snow totals plummeted from 108 inches in 2013 to 26 inches this year. But why?
Deep trough of low pressure dominated the western half of the United States. That allowed all the cold Arctic air that builds up during the winter months to spill into the western half of the United States and allowed warm weather in the east.
Dull this year, but what can we expect next winter?
But we do tend to see climate shifts that can occur on periods of 30, 40, 50 years. And we had one that occurred in the mid-1990s in the Atlantic Ocean, and we've had, I think, a different type of winter since then. That is going to shift back again, and we'll probably have winters like we had back in the 1960s and 1970s again.
There doesn't seem to be a concern regarding snowfall totals for next winter, but what impact will this odd string of weather have 10 to 15 years down the line?
It really is a year-to-year basis. I think we average about 100, but the past 3 years have been about half that, like 60 inches, 40 inches. I think this year it's been like, 40, 30 inches, 26 inches. You can't really predict it based on the lake effect. It's hard to predict like weeks out, months out.
Professionals are not concerned with long-term side effects from this year's weather patterns, but if you ask Dr. Sam what he's concerned about, he'll say,
Really want to look way out into the future. I'm concerned about an ice age, but that's probably 10,000 years from now.
From the Oswego State campus, I'm Kyle Spizak.
So, Aurora, as our meteorologist, what do you think about the snowfall here?
So they both have very good points. It can be hard to determine the snowfall amounts while taking into consideration how much lake effect Oswego can experience. It can indeed get dangerous depending on the conditions. Nevertheless, snow can be beautiful and very fun for people of all ages to enjoy. Seth, Amani.
Thank you, Aurora. House Judiciary Chair Jim Jordan subpoenaed the former prosecutor that previously led the Manhattan District Attorney's investigation of former President Donald Trump. Mark Pomerantz resigned last year after Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg informed him that he was not prepared to move forward with charges against Trump at that time. In his resignation letter, Pomerantz wrote that Trump was guilty on numerous felony violations in connection to his annual financial statements. The subpoena comes after House Republicans have been working to discredit the 34 criminal charges against Trump this week. The deposition is set for April 20th.
Congresswoman Claudia Tenney releases a statement on the Donald Trump indictment. She states Bragg has repeatedly allowed violent criminals to walk the streets, downgrading 52% of felony charges to misdemeanors. Yet, now he has decided to spend precious taxpayer dollars and resources on the outrageous case of Donald Trump. And only after he announced he was running for president. Every American should be concerned about the gross abuse of power and the politicized two-tiered system of justice that we now have in America, end quote. JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon says the risk of recession is increasing. Dimon says that the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank and the Signature Bank is a troubling sign for the economy.
I look at it like it's not definitive. It's just like another weight on the scale. Okay. And think of it as, people have said it's like raising rates another 50 basis points or something like that. We are seeing people reduce lending a little bit, cut back a little bit, pull back a little bit. It won't necessarily force a recession, but it is recessionary.
Dimon credited the rise in inflation and Russia's war in Ukraine as major factors of unease in the economy. Despite grim outlook, he remains hopeful about the strength of the United States free market.
Still to come, gas prices are up ahead of the holiday weekend. How high are they? And where can you get the best deals in Oswego County?
And the World Health Organization is keeping an eye on the new coronavirus subvariant. What is and what it could affect you after this.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy. Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on? Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep. 10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
To WTOP-10 Nightly News, here is your daily health report. The World Health Organization is closely watching the Omicron subvariant XBB.1.16. Although the subvariant has not been found in the U.S., it has been found in nearly 24 countries, including India, where it has become a dominant strain. The WHO says the subvariant is easier to spread than previous ones. Weekly COVID cases across the world have more than doubled in the past week, but remains lower than peak levels. 2 people have new kidneys, thanks in part to a Chicago doctor. It started with a woman in Virginia whose husband was not a match, so he donated his kidney to a Northwestern Medicine patient. Then Northwestern Medicine doctor Alexandra Gamershek launched a kidney pair donation and donated her kidney to his wife. Gamershek says patients are sometimes skeptical about the process, and that's why she decided to undergo the procedure herself.
Couldn't pick with just one. It would be just like picking one child over another. I cannot do that. So I was just going to help. I just wanted to throw my kidney out into the pool and help someone who needs it.
According to the National Institutes of Health, more than 100,000 people in the U.S. are waiting for a kidney donation. However, only around 24,000 transplants were performed in 2021. Now let's send it over to Seth for your consumer report.
Thanks, Amani. Going somewhere over the weekend? According to AAA, the average price for gas of a gallon of gas rose 7 cents last week. Part of that is due to OPEC. The cartel surprised investors last weekend when it announced it was planning to cut production by over 1 million barrels per day. Now a check on local gas prices. Stewart's Shop on Bridge Street and Sunoco on both 1st Street and Route 104 are at $3.59 a gallon, while Gulf on 10th Street and Stewart's Shop on Utica Street are at $3.49 a gallon. And Matthew is here to give us a look at what's up with the Lakers sports. Matthew?
Matthew, what can we look forward to tomorrow?
So we have a packed weekend on the Diamond as Oswego State softball and baseball teams hit the road tomorrow afternoon. Plus, New York baseball resumes tomorrow after inclement weather this afternoon. More to come right after the break.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
Welcome back to WTOP-10. I'm Matthew Sheremeta, and here is your Thursday night sports report. Starting off our jam-packed weekend on the Diamond, the Oswego State softball team will travel to Plattsburgh for a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon. The Lakers are currently sitting at a 3-11-1 record, looking to rack up some conference wins while it's still early in the season. Madison Holflich goes into the weekend leading the team in batting, carrying an even .400 average. Their opponents sit at a record of 7-3 and will serve as a good test for the Lakers. For the Cardinals, Claire Palmer leads the charge with a .500 batting average. This doubleheader marks the beginning of SUNYAC play for both teams and begins at 3 p.m. tomorrow with Game 2 scheduled to start at 5. And the diamond-filled weekend continues as the Oswego State baseball team travels to SUNY New Paltz to take on the Hawks. The Lakers are coming off of a series sweep against Fredonia, currently holding an even 3-3 conference record. The Lakers are going to look to put the ball in the hands of Kieran Finnegan as he has a 2.25 ERA, striking out 35 batters in his 6 starts. The Hawks are currently winless in the SUNYAC and will look to rely on their ace, Billy Moeller, to keep the run total down. The 3-game series begins in New Paltz tomorrow at 3 p.m. with a doubleheader scheduled for Saturday at noon. And any unknowing baseball fans who tuned into Yes Network or SNY earlier today found that their favorite teams had their games postponed. As both the Yankees and the Mets faced inclement weather this afternoon, both teams will resume play tomorrow as gaps in the schedule allowed for the harsh forecast. The Mets take on the Marlins at 1:10. The Yankees face the Orioles at 3:05. And today marks the beginning of the 87th Masters Tournament, when golfer Tiger Woods makes his second tournament appearance of the year. This tournament marks Woods' 25th career Masters appearance as he looks to make his 23rd consecutive cut at Augusta. A 21-year-old Woods made history in 1997, becoming the youngest player to ever win the Masters Tournament, achieving 5 more green jackets in his career, with his most recent being in 2019. Now 47 years old, Woods is back on the course looking for his 6th victory as the Masters, just 2 years after a shocking car crash. Woods has only played in one other tournament this year, but says he still feels confident in his ability to compete going into the Masters.
The physical tournaments under my belt, I haven't played that much, no. But if there's any one golf course that I can come back like I did last year, it's here.
Woods finished round 1 shooting 2 shots over par, so some work will be cut out for him going into the weekend. Today's top performers were Jon Rahm, Brooks Koepka, and Viktor Hovland, all tied for first, shooting an impressive 7 under par. And headed over to the hardwood, the Brooklyn Nets still looking to secure their way into the NBA playoffs. Mikal Bridges starts off the second half, driving to the lane, up with the left hand, extending the lead with a contested layup. He's been a vital part of this Brooklyn offense since joining the team. And you know what they say, whatever goes up must come down. Nicholas Claxton to finish the alley, a aggressive poster on Jalen Duren. And the Pistons trying to crawl back into it. It's R.J. Hampton from the locker room. It's pure. The Nets have to call a timeout. It's a 4-point game, and the lead is starting to shrink here in Detroit. They're going to put it back in their leader's hands, though. It's Bridges driving right, stopping on a dime, throws up the fadeaway. Contested shot goes. That's going to put him at 26 points on the night. And Dinwiddie's coming down. He'll find a wide open Royce O'Neal, and he's Royce O feeling it from that spot on the court. 3 threes from there, 4 threes on the night for Royce O'Neal. And it's Cam Johnson coming in on the inbound. Hammer, nail, coffin. The Detroit Pistons sleeping on defense. The Brooklyn Nets are going to finish this game on top, 123-108, and a victory tomorrow night against Orlando allows them to secure the 6th playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. And that's going to do it for your sports report tonight. But don't go anywhere yet, because WTOP-10 Nightly News returns right after the break.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating. I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to WTOP-10 Nightly News. It's time for your Pet of the Week. Everyone, please meet Louie.
This good boy is looking for his forever home.
Louie is a very handsome boy and who can resist his cute face.
If you're interested in adopting Louie, you can contact the Oswego County Humane Society.
Thanks for tuning in tonight to WTOP-10. Please stick around for the Mick and Nick Show. Have a good Everyone.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Have a great night.